habitually eat when you're not hungry? Well, you're not alone. 74% of US adult Americans are doing it as well, as evidenced by the obesity and overweight rates in our country today. Pamela Nance Lee here, certified health and wellness coach, someone who lost 55 pounds with a non-diet approach after a 45-year struggle with my weight, gaining and losing up to 60 pounds, 50 pounds, 4 times. I know. And much smaller weight losses, 10, 15 pounds here and there, a bunch of times. So what I want to talk to you about today is the eating we do when we're not hungry. And this is eating when we're bored, we're feeling an emotion, we're watching television, we are having some sort of stress response, some sort of emotion coming up that we don't want to feel. Someone has brought in, cupcakes to the office, or it's somebody's birthday and there's a big brunch going on, or it's time. You always eat breakfast at 8 o'clock, and so it's 8 o'clock. Doesn't matter if you're hungry or not, you're going to eat. So this really goes against our body's innate wisdom. Our body has the ability to calculate our caloric need on a daily basis based on what activities we've been doing for the day. But if we're not tuning in to our signals of hunger, and then satiety, so eating when you're hungry and stopping when you've had just enough, then we aren't allowing our body to do its job, and we're just putting in food randomly. Hence, 74% of US adult Americans are overweight or obese. It's the #1 cause, food-related diseases, diet-related diseases, of premature death now in our country. So it is a problem. And so what I want to offer you today is that we have many other needs going on besides hunger. And those of us who eat for many different reasons besides hunger, developed that strategy as some sort of a coping mechanism, habits that you learned and practiced in your childhood all the way through until now, ways that you dealt with things. It was a manner to deal with things, a way to buffer from feeling emotions that you couldn't feel or handle at the time. And now that we're adults and we have more information about how to handle our emotions and other situations that come up in life, it's time to let go of the belief that food is going to solve or console or give any sort of true comfort beyond what it is designed to do, which is to alleviate physical hunger and to nourish our bodies and give our bodies the calories and the nutrients, the vitamins, the protein, the carbohydrates, the fats that we need to keep functioning. So this is what I want to look at today, like the other needs that we have that we might be meeting with food, but that could be met in other ways. So we'll start like at the bottom tier level of our needs, the physiological needs, where hunger does fit in. But we also need to have shelter. We need to have water. We need to have sleep. So say, for example, you're not getting enough sleep. Oftentimes, when we're tired and we want to keep going for a work reason, or you just want to stay up late to have some me time and you're tired, we end up reaching for the package of Oreo cookies or the mini Snickers bars because it's going to give us a little bit of a sugar high to keep us up. But what we are really needing is sleep. And so one of the big needs, physiological needs, that we meet with food really needs to be met with our bed and a pillow and a blanket. So a great tip on increasing the amount of sleep that you're getting, which for most people should be between 7 to 9 hours a day that you should be getting of good sleep. So to increase our enjoyment of that, one idea is to make your bed really delightful. Like, do you like the sheets that you have? Do you like your comforter? Do you have a pillow that's really good for you? Like, I really have to have a down pillow. But then I also have a buckwheat seed pillow because sometimes my neck is hurting, so I need a buckwheat seed pillow that I can prop under my neck to increase the curve and to alleviate the pain. Maybe you need a new mattress if your bed's not comfy. Maybe you need to change the lighting in your bedroom. All of those things affect how much we enjoy our sleep. Maybe some new artwork, maybe a complete, decluttering. Is your room cluttered? Does it feel busy? Make it an inviting space so that you want to go there, that it's like calling you. Like every night when I get up to my bed, I'm like, here you are. It's been so long since I've seen you. I can't wait to get in you. And then I also have readopted a habit of reading a novel, which for years I only read self-help books and educational books and, things that were gonna make me better and work on something. And while I still do all of that, and I will until the day that I stop breathing permanently, which I hope is a long way off, I now have a novel next to my bed. And it's been so fun because we share novels, like my friends and I share novels. I've even sent one to my sister when I finished it, or passed on a good novel, and people are passing them on to me. And it's delightful to read a chapter before I go to bed. It really helps to move me into like a slowing down, an imagination place, a place that feeds this other like fantasy world in my mind and gives me pictures of this great story going on. So that really helps me sleep. And the other thing that really helps me sleep is not eating dark chocolate or really sweets after dinner. I've proven it to myself hundreds of times. Like, well, maybe this time, maybe it's okay this time. I can go ahead and do it this time. I have a candy bar that doesn't have sugar. It's Lily's. It's stevia sweetened, so it's, it's not the sugar high. It's the caffeine high that can keep me laying there. So if you have problems falling asleep, you need to track it back. Did you eat after dinner? Did you eat some sweets? That could be messing it up for you. And you get to a certain point where you realize how precious sleep is. And sleep also, for those of you that are wanting to lose weight with a non-diet approach, sleep is where you burn the most amount of fat calories. Your fat reserves burning in the night. So make sure that you get plenty of sleep. So then the next level going up the needs is the need for safety. And so that has to do with just your physical person being safe and with your environment being safe. It also has to do with employment. Like that's where you're making your money. So are you stressing on your money situation? Do you need to get a part-time job or start that hobby business or ask for a raise or look at your spending and see where you could tailor it back? Like a lot of times, if we don't have a good financial plan, that causes underlying stress, which leads right to the kitchen. So much easier, isn't it, to just open a package of, I always use Oreos. What's another one? I don't know, Snickers bars, or the kids' cookies, that the little packages, or the gummies for their lunches that you end up snacking on. It's so much easier, isn't it? Food is so easy. That's why we turn to it. It's so fucking easy to just go get some food instead of making a spreadsheet with all of the places you're spending or using Mint or something to like get a handle on your money situation. But your money situation, if you don't have a handle on it, that causes stress. So that is another non-food way to nourish yourself. And I know it's kind of a painful nourish. It's like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do that. But you really do want to do that. You'll feel so much relief when you take a responsible adult approach to your finances. And then it's not going to lead you to the kitchen to eating. You know? It's like, no, we don't want to focus. We're getting off the diet struggle bus. But part of getting off of that is moving into extreme self-love for ourselves. And that means paying attention to our finances. We need that. Okay, so the next level then is love and belonging, level 3. So looking at your relationships, like, are you spending time in quality relationships? Are the places that you're giving your energy, I really like to look at this, it's just like the types of foods you eat. Are your relationships energizing you or draining you? Have you been putting off getting on a dating app because you just don't want to do it, but you do want a new partner? Have you been taking the steps that you need? Have you been giving attention to the friendships that you love? The ones that do nourish you? Are you calling those people? Are you Zooming? Are you meeting for walks? Because we can still do that. You don't need to be cooped up in the house. You can go for a walk out in nature. So are you taking care of yourself by giving yourself nourishing relationships with people that you enjoy? And if you say you don't have any enjoyable relationships, that is a huge area to start working on. And that's a whole video on its own, how to find, develop, cultivate loving relationships. But you need to have a few. You don't need to have a ton, but I would say a handful, 3 to 5, really, like, better to have that really high quality friendship, just like when you're gonna eat chocolate. Better to have that high quality chocolate that costs a lot, but it's got great ingredients. And with your friendships, same thing. Better to have a few high quality friendships that nurture your soul. When you hang up the phone with that person, or you finish the walk or whatever you were doing, having tea, you feel that your being was fed. This is what I'm talking about. We need to feed ourselves in ways that don't involve food, because we're eating too much food and we're using food to fill and fix everything. And it doesn't. It only fills your belly when you're hungry and fixes your hunger. Makes you not hungry anymore. That's it. It is pleasurable. It does give us pleasure, and it's supposed to. But when you eat more than you need to maintain your ideal body weight, which is your decision on how much weight you want to carry around in this world based on your lifestyle and what you want to do. When you eat more than that, then it's not pleasurable anymore. No, it's not. Okay, fourth level, your esteem, your self-esteem, your self-respect, how you feel about yourself, how you are recognized, how you have succeeded in this world, how you have gone after your goals. At the end of the day, how you feel about yourself affects everything. That's why I'm calling what I am doing part of a self-love revolution. Because in order for us to have peace and harmony on this planet and move into that vibration, each and every single person needs to have and cultivate. It doesn't mean if you don't have it this minute that you can't cultivate it. No, it's a garden that you grow inside of you of self-love, self-respect, self-esteem, where you really can say, honestly, that you are your own best friend forever. That's where we're going with this. So work on that. If you're not there yet, don't judge yourself. No, no, no. No more negative self-talking. No, that's off the table. You got to start where you're at. And starting where you're at means being honest. So that's another way to nurture yourself, is to look at the thoughts that you have that are floating around in here. Put your hand on your heart and say, I'm going to work. I'm going to work to the point where I am saying loving things to myself on a regular, daily, hourly basis. And I'm going to notice when I don't, and then maybe I'm going to write in my journal about it so I can really look at it and be honest with myself. And that is part of nurturing you in a non-food way. Okay, lastly, number 5, self-actualization. And that's where you make a decision with yourself that you are going to cultivate and bring forth all of your gifts. Everything is coming up. Everything is just going to shine. Everything that you've ever wanted for yourself, that you ever wanted to be, your connection with the divinity, your connection with being in integrity with yourself and doing what you said you were going to do, that you consistently show up for yourself. You keep promises to yourself, and you just keep releasing and letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. And that, my friends, is very nurturing to your whole being. And when you're working on that level, it just doesn't really cross your mind to eat when you're not hungry. And if you do, the thought comes in, like the old patterning thought, you just say, no, thank you, not hungry yet. But when I am hungry, I'm gonna eat. I make it sound so simple. And it is. It really is. I'm 2 years in, over 2 years in now. Yeah, almost 2.25 years in since I started my non-diet approach to weight loss. And it's freedom, people. It's freedom to not be constantly plagued with thoughts of food and reaching for food to fix something within myself that food will never fix. Not as in being broken, but as in I'm feeling something and I just need to feel it, not go get a cupcake. So I am offering this journey to you. It's a great journey. It is part of a self-love revolution. So hop off of the diet struggle bus and hop into the electric love train. It's going right to your door, and it starts right with you. Just say to yourself today, I'm on the electric love train. That's it. I'm going to work. If you work at nothing else in this lifetime other than loving the being who you are and letting your gifts come in and giving them away, friends, you have done the journey, the planet Earth journey, as far as I'm concerned. It's a love experiment. So let you be your first and most esteemed client in the love journey. You. Get it right with you, and everything else will fall into place. I promise. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Check out my website. I have a Facebook private group. I want to make a difference. So I hope I touched you today. And nice to see you. Bye for now.